Okay, to end off the show today, this has been a lot of fun. It's been great to be able to get back and do the show with your Kyle. Again, we're going to be doing this every Friday and hopefully giving people about 2 hours worth of content of us just shooting the breeze like we did on radio, make it feel like the radio show, have some fun, and hopefully give some people some laughs along the way. But the funniest thing that has happened to me in a long time, you have no idea about, okay? So here's what happened. The day that the station shut down, I was in the process of covert ops being able to put together a Twitch broadcast for us to be able to get on the air. I told you about this. I was asking about your setup and all the rest. And what I wanted to do was to have you on camera, obviously working remotely from home like you had done for so many months. By the way, this is the best that you've sounded in well over a year, I got to say, with us doing a broadcast together. But I love the idea of having you on camera. But if I couldn't get you on camera, I thought, well, what's the second best solution that I have to that? And I was like, well, it would be kind of fun to have a visual gag joke where if you're watching on Twitch, you're getting the inside joke of the fact that I have a picture of Kyle that's posted on the wall. And we would just zoom in on that picture every time that you were talking on the radio or on the Twitch broadcast. And so I went to the grocery store one day after the show. It was Sobeys in Stony Creek here. And I saw that they had a full-size, life-size cutout of Tony Gonzalez, former NFL All-Pro tight end, on behalf of Pistachios. It was part of the Pistachios thing in the produce section of the Sobeys in Stony Creek. So I asked them, hey, can I take that cardboard cutout of Tony Gonzalez? And they said, what do you want it for? I said, well, I work at a radio station and I want to throw my friend's face on it, and kind of we're making a visual joke and we're building kind of something here for visually for people to enjoy our show. And the guy said, sure, I don't care. So I went and picked it up. I walked it into the studio and I went to Walmart and I printed out a life-size photo of your face that I got your girlfriend, Danielle, to send to me behind your back. And I printed it out and it was perfect. It was delightful. And then it was sitting inside the studio when we ended up getting told, hey, you got to go home. You're not going to go on the air today for your CFL free agency show. So guess who I walked out the building with me? Our show ended on radio with me carrying you out of the building. And here's the best thing. On top of that, okay, and everything that was happening there.
Oh boy.
Is that I still have cardboard cutout Melo on behalf of Pistachios.
I'm jacked.
You are ripped. I even gave you a little Canadian flag. I taped this to you. And so this has been living at my house for the last 9 days. And the funniest thing about it is that my fiance and her daughter at various points, they have been so terrified because they come around the corner in our house and you're all of 6'5". Like this is a full cutout, man. This is the full shebang right here, Kyle. The full body experience of you right there. And so I don't know what the hell to do with this thing, but I know that I have a super jacked Kyle Melo hanging out with me in my house that I've heard Marlene come around the corner in the house several times and scream because she thinks that there's a 6'5" jacked man standing in the front hallway. I'm not even joking. That's been a thing that's happened several times.
Oh man, that is gold. Can you send me that, or do you want to keep it?
No, you can keep that. Yeah, if you want, you can have that for yourself. It's in pristine condition. Thank you to the people at Sobeys in Stony Creek.
Man!
But I just want you to imagine the visual of me carrying you out of the building while losing my cub. And it was like, okay, if I'm going, I'm taking Kyle with me. And then I took you out the door with me.
The best part about that is I can only imagine in like an emergency situation, and I know us getting fired was an emergency situation, but it's like, everybody just grab the essentials, just grab what you need, and you need to get out of the building. And this guy's holding a 6'5" cardboard cutout.
Visually, the joke was perfect in my own mind. And the other thing that I teased earlier on here in the show is that I told people that I would tell them what the phone call was when we left. And what was so funny about that phone call to me, because you probably don't even think it was funny, because you were in shock. You weren't even in the building, and I called you and said, "Hey, we're not going on the air," and I could hear it in your voice how shocked you were, and rightfully so. But I called Kyle and I said, "Hey, man, I think the station just shut down. Like, this is how this usually happens when this situation is unfolding, and so I think this is what's happening." And when I said that to you, you're like, "Man," and then there was about a 3-second pause, and then I said, "I mean, I'm still down to do a show if you want." And I'll never forget you going, "What's wrong with you? I'm not doing a show today." And I'll never forget that, because for me, that solidified how much I was just motivated to get on the air and give people the CFL show that they wanted. We weren't able to that day, but those couple of funny moments will last forever with me. And they'll be the perfect bookend of my time at TSN 1150. And I got a cool cardboard cutout that I now get to gift you as your special parting present from your radio career. So there you go.
Well, I'd like to thank you for grabbing that cardboard cutout, because it would have lived, and you know this, right? Like, all the crap that lived in Bell Media Hamilton, I'm talking about physical crap, lived in some studio that nobody uses anymore, and stayed there for like 15, 20 years. We have like Frosted Flakes. Yeah, we have like Frosted Flakes boxes that are 18 years expired, right? And they just stay in there, and that's what happens. That cardboard cutout of me would have stayed in Bell Media Hamilton until whoever takes over the building would have happened.
Yeah.
Right? And they would have just been like, "What the hell is this?" And somebody with some recollection of me would have said, "Oh, that was some loser that used to host a radio show here." Long time ago.
It was the best, man. I will laugh about that. I feel like I'm going to be, on my final dying day where my breath is just leaving my body, and I'm just going to go, "The cardboard cutout." I'm going to start giggling as I go into the grave, for sure. But
oh, man.